Hello, everyone, and welcome to Scion Titan Rising. My name is Chaz, and I am here with some amazingly wonderful people, and we're about to get into an amazingly wonderful story. But before we begin, how about we introduce ourselves and our characters just to let everybody know who they're about to be watching as we head off into this fanciful world of Scion Titans Rising. And how about we begin with Jess?
Hi, I am Jess. My pronouns are they, them. I am playing Solia, whose pronouns are also they, them. Their parent is, I don't think we covered this, how to pronounce this Titan's name.
I'm not exactly sure myself, honestly. I tend to go to like Google and like try to pronounce it properly.
Okay. Mishi Bijou, I think is going to be my best guess here. The water lynx, who is a water creature, known for trying to keep people afraid of the water.
Right, thank you. Next, how about Coyote?
Hi, my name is Coyote, and I am going to be playing Sachiko, who is a Titan Scion of Princess Kia.
Beautiful. And then let's go with Caden.
Hi, everyone. My name is Caden. I will be playing Dr. Rachel. She is from Divine Parentage of Orangda, the Witch Queen of Bali. So we'll see how this goes.
Beautiful. So we have a lovely cast of characters, and we begin in the glorious town of Atusa, where Scions are not only known but are widely celebrated. They are the heroes who protect everyday citizens from Titans. They save people. They essentially like are this like protective force that goes on to keep the populace safe, and people can watch as they sometimes turn into divinity. Um, because of this, many scions are gifted with like almost unlimited wealth. They're loved by the population. They are beloved. They have adoration. Um, this is most scions. Unfortunately, if you are the divine child of a titan, especially if that parentage is known, you gain less uh, adoration than some. This takes us to our group, who are staying in a rented house through the Golden Group Agency, where their mentor slash agent Blanche is struggling to keep them afloat. Most of these agencies rely on donations. Very few people are willing to donate to Titans when many see the job of a Scion as defending against Titans. However, Blanche has been able to secure a house or a small house in suburbia where she kind of holds your weekly meetings as you all have your own jobs. And today is Sunday, which means it is the 10 a.m. meeting slash brunch to talk about what your band is going to do this week. Um, so yeah, where are you coming from on this 10 a.m. on a Sunday?
Coming from the library, because Celia is studying to be a hydrothermal engineer, so they spend a lot of time studying in school, just like probably if they were able to either like turn one of the rooms in the shared house into a library or just like stuff their bedroom full of books. They definitely spent a lot of time studying for this. So probably just coming straight from woke up early in the morning, hit the books, and the kind of last minute was like, oh, that meeting is happening like in 2 seconds. Let me like wrap this up and go.
All right, gotcha. So straight from the library, possibly running, maybe late, depending on the traffic, but gets there. Dr. Rachel, how about yourself?
I think she would just be wrapping up a meeting with the general staff and the other doctors. She calls it early because she's got her meeting and she wants to get out of there because she's been struggling not to just destroy the table in front of her with all their petty grievances.
Mm-hmm. Leaving one meeting and going straight to another. I'm sure this is not Dr. Rachel's favorite day, but one that must be done. Sachiko, where are you coming from?
So this morning, Sachiko cleared her schedule as a therapist. so that she could specifically be exactly 5 minutes late to this meeting.
I don't know
Happens to
where
the
the
best of us.
coffee. So make sure nothing's going to get in your way so you can walk in like exactly 5 minutes afterwards. All right.
Exactly.
So Blanche is here. Um, and then she looks at Dr. Rachel and Soya and is like, hey, I'm sorry, I couldn't get brunch, but I got these bagels from the store. And she gives you untoasted, just full bagels that she got from the store. It's like, this is the brunch. We have a lot of work to do. Are you, wait, where's Sachi? Where's Sachiko? Oh my God. Oh my God. Did she run away?
You know, she's normally a couple minutes. This is normal.
But what do you mean? It's already 10:20. You're right. Let me give me the bagels back. And she just like kind of takes the bagels out of your hands and or mouth and put them back in the bag.
Oh, okay.
And she's okay.
Why
Let's
no bagels?
no, because I have to give you all the bagels. Everyone has to get a bagel. And as she's like slowly spiraling from the stress of like managing Titans, Sachiko appears in all her glory.
I have an iced coffee with me.
Coffee. That's great. Do I need coffee? Wait 1 second. And she like drops the bagels and goes running, and brings out lukewarm tap water for Soya and Dr. Rachel. So Sachiko, can you just like pour a little bit of your coffee in the water? That's just a dab.
That won't be
It's okay.
necessary.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. In fact, I'm pretty sure Dr. Rachel would have hired like a DoorDash preemptively if this has been our usual. It's like on the
Yeah,
way already.
this is pretty much like a weekly thing. So as everyone settles in, um, Blanche is like, okay, I have some good news. Um, I think I finally have a way to get us out of this debt, and we can finally get you all like going on towards your divinity. And as she starts talking, you hear noise coming from down the road, down the street.
What kind of noise?
Yeah.
It sounds like people hooting, hollering.
Like having a good time, or like, oh God, my leg, oh God.
Uh, I feel like this is a great time to get our first roll just to practice. So let us do an empathy cunning roll. So add the number of dots that you have with empathy, add those to cunning, roll them together, and let's just see if you can tell at this distance, is it a happy yelling or a we should leave this house yelling?
Let's see. All right, so I'm rolling 5d10.
I would imagine the therapist would be able to pick up on happy noises versus unhappy.
The thing
You
is,
thing.
actually, I like that. We
Okay.
will give you +2 enhancement because you should be at this point attuned to like that's a happy yell versus
All right, I got 2 successes.
okay plus the 2 enhancement. That's 4 hits. That is more than enough. This feels like a parade. Like you don't know what they're celebrating, but they're celebrating something.
Oh. Is there like a window I can go look out of and
Yeah,
undermine/ignore Blanche?
yes, there absolutely is. As Blanche is like raising her voice higher and higher and higher, you just kind of get up and go to the window, and you see a throng of people coming down this, remember, suburban area, with a very familiar face kind of leading the charge. That face
Oh.
being Max Goodwell. He is, as of right now, the most popular Scion in Atusa. He's number 5 on TikTok. He is beloved by all.
Uh, so as I'm looking out the window, I'll say, "Oh my God, you guys, there's a parade."
Oh, For what?
Max Goodwell.
Oh,
Max Goodwill has been a thorn in you all's side for a very long time. He is known of being this like scion of like light and goodness. He in the year 2024 wears full body armor. And because he wears full body armor, he's usually late to the scene of the crime or the scene of whatever. And so a lot of the goodwill you all have done has been absconded by him showing up with all the bright lights and the armor.
Great.
Guy.
the question is, do we fuck with him?
That's up to y'all.
Quick, has anyone done anything like really impressive this morning and that's why he's headed this way to come take the credit?
Uh, if something impressive has happened, it certainly hasn't happened in this neighborhood.
It
So it is
certainly
weird
was
that he
not.
is like leading a parade kind of right to your doorstep.
Oh no. Is he swatting us? Like discredit people?
You wouldn't put it past him. Like people tend to do whatever he says.
I think it's
Oh,
coming this way.
Yeah.
I think Dr. Rachel like sigh and she'll be like, 1 second, we'll get back to your ideas later. And she'll be like, she'll kind of just like go to the door and open it and stand out there with like her arms crossed disapprovingly
Mm-hmm.
as like a front.
So then you see the parade is getting closer and closer, and like there's fire spinners, jugglers, people are carrying their babies. Everyone's having a great time.
Wow.
This is wild for one person.
For one, yeah, one person who was just like at the front getting like all the love. Rachel is
And
still, or not Rachel, Dr. Blanche, excuse me, is just speaking higher and higher and higher still being drowned out, but that has not stopped her from trying.
okay. I'm gonna open the window and lean out of it, like half in, half out, like to
Mm-hmm.
watch what's going on down there
Oh
very
God.
conspicuously.
So yeah, where are you when Dr. Rachel is outside?
Celia is basically pretending that this isn't happening. It was just like sitting on the couch, still like making eye contact with Blanche as Blanche is
Yeah.
trying to like continue talking over the noise outside. Celia is like, uh-huh, yeah, and just like sipping their lukewarm water.
Wow.
You can tell Blanche feels very appreciated and is focusing all her attentions on you, although you have no clue what she's saying unless you can read lips because it is just that laugh. Yeah.
Yeah, not a clue, but still just
Yeah.
like direct eye
Right, just
contact.
right. Um
Sachiko
and
has definitely told you before that you're a people pleaser.
That's fair. Celia, it doesn't even mean it as people pleasing. It's just sort of like not interested in Max at all, to the
what
point of just being like, whatever, Blanche, you and me, we're still here.
we're,
We don't care about
we're
Max.
um so the parade comes up and it stops like directly in front of your house. Like kind of on purpose, right in front of your house. Um And then Max begins to give a speech, and you've heard his speech before. You know, we of people of the light shall prevent all the same thing that you can see in any TV show. You think he just like kind of copied one speech and like has repeated over and over and over. But while he's doing that, Solia, you see someone like in the back door.
Um, Celia doesn't even say anything to Blanche, kind of like continues nodding along while
Mhm.
also getting up and walking over to the back door to see who it is. And will occasionally sort of look back like, uh-huh, uh-huh.
Right? Everyone's
Yes,
like, keep it
hello.
going.
Yeah.
Uh, so in the back door, you see what appears to be Max Goodwill,
Ugh,
kind of like waving at you.
ugh, what?
Hey, hey, you Sunny, right?
Oh my
How you doing,
gosh.
champ?
Get to the point, Max. No one
But
wants you
I
here.
okay, we're all Scions. I just thought I should say hi, Just wanted to say hi while I was here.
Well, after you led an entire parade to our front door and then you snuck around back to greet me, yes. What do
I
you
mean,
want, Max?
well, first of all, I didn't sneak around back. I create a doppelganger to sneak around back. So that's a difference that we should talk about.
Celia
Second,
makes eye contact and then very dramatically rolls her eyes.
like Sonny, you don't have to do that, right? We're all on the same side,
First of all, not my name. Try again.
So, son,
Just
seesaw.
look me in the eye and tell me we're on the same side when you don't even know my name.
I I know your name, right? I just don't know it now.
I'm sorry. Did he just call you Seesaw?
I think Dr. Rachel would like whip her head around and she would say, "Hey, Sonny, choke." Just like,
Okay,
Max.
right. Okay, look, what I wanted to do was share some vital information that Scions should be aware of. That's why I came here. Because if I go outside, you know how it is when you're a Scion. Whenever you leave the house, people just flock to you. You can't control it.
Yeah, and if I dress like that, a lot of people would flock to me too.
You see? So you get what I'm saying. But
Oh.
seriously though, I've heard through the grapevine that there are some cultists out there doing cultist things.
And that's the pressing information that you needed to share. Cultists are doing cultist things.
But they're doing some pressing cultist things. Specifically, they are messing with the weather.
Max,
Mhm.
Uh,
Max,
Yep.
you brought a parade to this house. You interrupted our morning. Get to the point.
Okay, fine. The point is, and he begins to explain, and some of this you all would know. Tusa for the past like 5 years has been dealing with some like heavy droughts. And then in the past month, it has rained every day for about 30 minutes. And you're like, when the soil is that dry and then gets that much rain, there has been flooding. So there has been some light issues, and meteorologists have been very concerned because they could not see or foresee this amount of rain coming at all. As far as they know, we are still in a drought, but it's hard to say that when it rains every day. So Max is like, we finally figured out what it is. There are some cultists who are doing this, and based on what we know, it's not just like bringing back the rain. They're actually using the rain to like break a seal or summon something much bigger. That's the point. I think we should work together to find out what this thing is because I'm all for rain. I'm not all for breaking sealed on things that were sealed in the first place.
And you had
I
to
think
bring
at
a whole
this
parade
point,
of people.
I would say you're the cult, Max. Holy shit.
I'm not a cult. It's not my fault they love me.
oh my God, Max, are you saying that you like need us?
Oh, I've always needed you. That's what I keep saying. We're on the same team. See, me, Sunny,
Yeah, say one person
um,
in this house's name correctly.
oh, uh, doc, doctor, doctor, you're a
Uh-huh.
doctor.
You think her first name is Doctor?
Is
I think at
is it
this point,
not?
Rachel would be like gripping the side panel of the door and like trying not to just rip him to shreds.
Ooh, well, I think this is a good time to kind of start bringing
Oh
in some of
no.
the Titan things.
Oh, great.
So as Titans are like the source of this kind of deific power, it just exudes from them. Dr. Rachel, One of your purviews is epic strength. And so if you are like gripping out of frustration, you don't just grip, you rip it off. Like that feels very fitting for what's happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
And with that ripping off, Blanche, who has still been talking,
Classic
finally
Blanche.
comes out and is like, "What's hap?" Max.
Finally.
And when Max sees Blanche, Max is like, "Well, I just want to let you know, I should go because you don't want to have all kind of parades outside your house. Rachel, it was nice to meet you, and Blanche, I gotta go. Bye." And he,
So much for wanting to work together.
At least he knew my name
Okay.
If he actually wanted to work together, he would have come to the front door.
Blanche is
instead
like,
of coming to the back door.
Blanche is like, "You should not be working with him. No, anything you do around him is going to be taken by him. I don't trust him." What did he say?
He said a bunch of stuff about cultists and how cultists are like causing the rain and it's like flooding, but the drought and all this other. Basically, Celia gives the whole rundown, but is clearly
Right.
very exasperated about the whole thing.
And so Rachel or Blanche is gonna like think about it, and as she's thinking, you see her getting more and more frustrated because the parade is just like outside your house now, and it's like slowly creeping onto the lawn.
That's it. That's fucking it. Dr. Rachel like steps outside. She's over it. Is he like on some kind of pedestal or something?
He has not the ability to fly, but the ability to hover, and so he's like kind of hovering like 4 feet off the ground, so everyone can kind of see him wherever they are.
Okay. She's going to take her right fist and her left fist, and she is going to like gorilla smash into the ground and try and make a big old crater and say, off the lawn.
Ooh, roll me if you would a might, and then either close combat or athletics, whichever is more present.
Okay, I'll do athletics. So might athletics.
Okay.
And I should have at least two enhancement for this.
Yep. So you got that +1 scale.
And it's a difficulty 7.
Difficulty 7.
Yes.
Uh
Is it difficulty 7 for this roll?
oh, sorry. The number is 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's 1, 2, 3 successes plus the 2, so that'd be 5 total.
So you needed one success to do what you wanted to do. You create a massive shockwave that creates a very slight sinkhole. Um, the houses directly to the left and right of you are also affected. Many people, a few people fall into the sinkhole, like 5. It's not that big a deal.
Only like
Um,
5 people.
on the bright side, many people do get off the line,
Hey,
and Max decides to start floating down and rescuing people as they are hanging on the sinkhole.
good job, light boy. And she'll come in and close the door. And she'll say, hey, problem solved.
Blanche will look at you and be like, "Well, I guess I gotta call the insurance people again. You all go out and do some good. I'm gonna get on the phone."
You know, everyone's just gonna spin that in Max's favor, right?
Yeah, that's why I didn't even help get the people out of the sinkhole.
Civilians.
This is your life. You come to work to either do good or just better yourself, and you are constantly seeing this negative light, usually around Max Goodwill. Less than 15 minutes later, it is all over TikTok. Max Goodwill saves 50 people trapped in a sinkhole caused by Titans. The vast majority of that was a lie. TikTok don't care. That got the clicks.
There it is.
Dr. Rachel
Well,
goes on to her Max Goodwell hate account that she has created, and she'll comment like womp womp or something like that. Just degrade it.
Womp womp.
well, while these idiots are out there being idiots, I guess should we look into this cult thing? Because it sounds like it might be a legitimate worry, and we all know that Max isn't actually going to do anything useful. He's just going to wait until someone else does something useful and then try to swoop in and take their credit.
It's an unfortunate truth. Someone's got to do the work. The question is, did we get a lead from him or was he just dangling it like a carrot?
You did not get the only lead you would have gotten were the words like weather, rain, and cult. Most cults have a specific thing they are focused on. And so if you were to find out which cults were, interested in like rain or water or what threat would need a mass amount of water to release, like that could give you something. But other than that, once he saw Blanche, he was out
Who's
the
out?
door.
Is that since Celia is like their whole thing is water, would that be information that Celia would be easily able to access?
I would say you would have +2 enhancement on that because you would have +2 enhancement because, like you say, that is your whole thing. It is water, and so you definitely know about watery cults. You also could reach out to your divine parent, of course, because of his energy levels at this point. You know that's going to be a call, like a whole ordeal.
Yeah, if possible, Celia would like to do this without reaching out.
Uh, Roll me an occult intelligence roll to see if you can uh, bring to mind any specific cults that deal with mass amounts of water, rain, etc.
And is this exploding tens?
Double hits, and so anytime you get a 10, it's just 2 successes or 2 hits rather than one.
Okay. So then that is 5 successes. Plus two, you said?
+2, yeah. Not only do you know this cult, you have interacted with them before. In your dealings, son of the oblique water or cult of the oblique waters, they tend to focus on the fact that like Earth is 70% water. Let's make that 100. Life came from the water, and there's lots. That's their thing. It's not very complex. Just like we want water, but they haven't been around for a while. Um, so it is kind of shocking that they come out of retirement essentially in such a bold manner.
And would Celia know, like, so Celia's interacted with them before. Would Celia know, like, what might be a good starting point to, like, investigate to reach out to them? Is there a specific contact they might have?
So the librarian at your local at the university you attend, actually has made comments that has caught your attention. That either you know these like phrases that are used by this cult, or you have some connection to this cult.
All right, then yes, Celia will turn to Sachiko and Dr. Rachel and say, "Listen, this is gonna sound ridiculous. The Cult of the Oblique Waters, their whole jam is they just want water everywhere. And I know, like, as much as water is my whole deal, they kind of take it to a ridiculous level. It's really a whole thing with them that's too much, frankly. But I think I know someone that we could try to talk to so that we can actually try to get leads since Max was, as we all know, completely useless.
Point the way.
Mm-hmm.
To the library.
All right. So as you say that, Blanche, who's on the phone, like looks over to you and looks like she wants to say something and then just shakes her head and goes back to the phone. And so we are taking a group trip to the library. Um, when you get there, two things happen. One, the librarian, known as Ben, um, walks up to you, Soya, and is like, "Hey, Soya, I was looking for the book, but I could not find the thermodynamics of hydrodynamics. I did find this other hydrodynamics book. Does it work? Is this good enough?"
Yeah, that's great. Listen, do you have a minute? We want to talk to you about something.
I I don't know if I can like sneak anymore. Like you've rented almost all our hydrodynamics books. Like I don't know if I could give you any more. Like I've tried, but I guess I can talk to, or like I could leave it on your desk and forget about it, but like you got to get it back within the next couple of days because I need.
Ben, listen, you're the best about the books, and you found all the like weirdest and like most obscure hydrodynamics books for me. This is about something different this time, actually. These are my friends slash associates, Dr. Rachel and Sachiko. And we just wanted to like chat with you about something that we thought you might know some things about. Could we talk somewhere in private?
I get it. You want to talk about my cooking TikToks? Yeah, I'm a pretty big deal now. I have 102 followers, so I knew it would
Oh my
start.
gosh. No one wants to talk to you about your cooking TikToks.
Oh no.
You you don't? And you can see just like the look of like disappointment on his face.
No,
It's
but lucky for you, we do want to talk to you. Just not about that.
Oh, okay. I guess we can go. Dr. Rachel, you see multiple eyes on you as you like enter the library.
she'll look up and she'll say, if you keep looking at me, you're gonna have a problem.
All eyes directly back on their books.
There we go.
You have gotten like so aggro lately.
I find it better just to verbalize my issues instead of letting it bottle up. At least that's what my therapist has been telling me. I had to buy her 3 different tables over the course of the last month.
I think your therapist may be like too scared to say anything else.
You're probably right. Cuts like a scene of therapy sessions, just one shaking in fear.
Right. So Ben's like, would you like to speak here, or I guess we can go outside. I could take my 4-minute break.
Whoa, what library is this? 4 minute break is crazy.
They cut back. They said 5 minutes was too much.
Wow. Sees a
Is this
lot of
like an
foot
Amazon
traffic.
storehouse?
All right, when we've solved this whole cult thing, I found another injustice for us
We
to
gotta go straight
address.
back here.
Yeah. The labor union needs to be called like immediately. Capitalism's our enemy right now.
Right. All right, Ben will take you, I guess, like outside to the quad, fresh air. There's a little bit of a drizzle, but nothing too heavy yet. Okay, so what can I help you with?
What have you heard about the cult of the oblique waters?
Ooh, what's your empathy at? How many dots you got in the empathy?
I have 0 empathy dots.
Excellent. So we could roll, but without rolling, you don't see anything on his face. Hachiko, how many dots do you have?
I have 3.
If you would like, you may roll to see if you can like read his face.
Okay, let's give it a shot. 3. I got, I think, probably one success with an 8.
Success.
The other ones were 2s.
For the most part, especially when you're dealing with just humans, one success is enough. um, you see the quickest look of anxiety. Quickly swallowed by Cult, is that some sort of like book or I don't really know all the books, even though I'm a librarian. I could probably find if you tell me the name. Is that the name of the book?
Why do
If
you
that
look worried?
were worried, I look worried because I only have like 2 minutes left on my break, and they time us away from the desk, so I should probably get back in.
Is
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
everything
whoa.
okay at home?
Just therapize right here.
Just is everything okay at home? Yes.
So why, when Celia brought up the cult, did you start to get squirrely?
I, I feel like I'm always squirrely. You know that squirrels is my spirit animal. You know, squirrel, squirrel, look around. Anyway, it's nice talk to you. I should
Whoa,
probably.
whoa, 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 whoa. Dr. Rachel put both of her hands on his shoulders and she says, you know, last week I was working in the ER and I watched a patient with one dislocated shoulder. Looked like it hurt. Two would be horrible. What's going on? And I feel like she does like a firm grip,
Yeah,
like a warm embrace.
yeah. Okay. So he's like, um, okay. Um, I. How about we chat after I get off of work? I have a feeling this chat is going to be longer than the 60 seconds I have left on my break.
Okay, but if you run, Rachel will catch you,
I
and
saw
it
the
will hurt the entire time.
I saw the video of Dr. Rachel destroying the house. I have zero intent on trying to run from that.
She'll give like a pat on the back, like, good job, good idea.
Ow. Okay, thanks. I'll see you all at 5. And then he
Perfect.
like slowly turns around and said, "So yeah, I'll keep looking for that book for you." And goes inside.
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah, he will.
Your champ.
All right. It's about 2 now, so you have 3 hours to mess around with. Do you want to just like kind of wait it out or get something done before he comes back?
Oh my God, so you guys, we could sit at the library tables and just stare at Ben until his shift's over.
I vote, yeah, let's do that.
I think while we do that, like we could sit at a library table and while we like sort of take turns staring at him, can we also do our own research of like areas that have been affected by this like torrential rain, um, anything else we can find that because Max gave us no information. Max is the most useless, terrible person of all time, and he gave us nothing. I've known about Max for 10 minutes and I've never hated anyone more in my life.
Yeah.
I guess can we just like sit and do some research and I'll take turns just like staring down Ben across like above the computer screens.
So this is how we're gonna do this. Everybody, roll me a presence, and then whatever skill is most terrifying for Ben. So for Dr. Rachel, something with close combat athletics would be like really get him down. So to like keep that like anxiety building in this poor librarian who may or may not be connected with a cult trying to flood the world.
The
And
What?
then if you would like to research the areas affected, give me an intelligence science or intellect science roll.
for the roll to intimidate Ben, I have crushing inquest, which is
What?
during information gathering play, you gain access to the following stunt: Tyrant's Weight. For each success, create an atmosphere of fear for any social encounters with a rating equal to the successes spent for the rest of the session. I don't know exactly what it means, but it sounds like I can just like the weight of my aura would make him feel fear.
Okay.
Nice.
I don't know if that like if that is effective for this current situation.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make it effective.
Okay.
Roll me and let's see. I think for you, intellect. What skill do you think is best for how you are intimidating Ben?
Maybe manipulation because I know him well enough to know like what kinds of things would scare him.
Okay, yeah. Give me a manipulation science roll. This is going to be the skill roll specifically for you exuding this aura of intimidation, fear.
Poor guy.
This is
Cool,
about to
cool
get
guy or not, this is horrible for him. Bad day.
Uh, that's 5 successes.
Oh,
And then I think I can
so I'm gonna
spend
say it
up.
again.
Okay.
Usually when it comes to like humans, one is enough. This
Poor
um
Ben. I don't want to give him a heart attack or anything. I just want him to like not forget that we're sitting here watching him.
oh, he won't forget.
no. Um, here's a fun story. When you learn about like lifeguarding, drowning is horrific. And you see like very telltale signs that like his body, every once in a while when you look at him, goes into this drowning response. And then he like looks up at you and like he can't break eye contact, like he's afraid to look anywhere else.
I'm gonna have so much trouble studying for my classes after this. Poor Ben. All right, well I got Ben here if y'all want to do some research. Ben's
Ben,
we're
yeah,
on
he's locked in.
it.
What was the research role again?
Science and then any of the mental stats. So intellect, cunning,
Okay.
or resolve. Resolve? Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I got on intellect and science. I
Mm-hmm.
got what's the threshold? What are we looking for?
8.
An 8.
Yep.
I got 2 successes, one of which was a 10. So if I re-roll the 10, I got
Oh,
an 8.
when we do tens, we don't reroll anymore. We just do for this game. We're
Okay.
doing a double, so you got 3 successes on that.
Oh, okay, cool.
Dr. Rachel, are you rolling as well?
I got no successes.
Gotcha. So your training is much more in the human body, not the atmosphere. Um, and so this is you are unfortunately not really able to like pick up where it is. Sachiko, you actually notice something very strange. The rain always seems to be centered kind of over the Atusan forest, which is southeast of like the city proper. So like the part of the city close to the forest, they get heavier rains. As you get further out, you get light, and in like the northwest of the city, they get maybe a drizzle, if that.
Okay.
So it seems like something in the forest is the cause of or the target of this rain.
So all of this cult activity, or at least the weather part of it, seems to be centered over the forest.
Oh, okay. And then, do you think that where the cult would be?
I mean, maybe.
I mean, I'm sure if we just asked them a point blank question, is this where the cult is? We could just go take care of it now instead of waiting for corporate America to be done.
Corporate America, the librarian.
Yes.
The librarian who gets 4-minute breaks.
As you're talking, a student with sunglasses comes up to you and is like, "Hey, friends, how are y'all doing?"
Is this Max?
It is Max, just with sunglasses on.
I'm gonna bark
No.
at him.
What? No, it's okay. It's me. It's Max. See?
I'll start barking too.
We know.
Oh, you don't know because like if you knew, you wouldn't be barking at your friend. Come on, friends. Like let's chat. I was able to see. I snuck away from all the throngs of people who love me and don't love y'all.
Oh,
Yeah. You wouldn't want them to see who you actually have to consult to get things done.
I, what, in my defense, after we left, I told them that sometimes you all are very nice people, and it just so happens that today was not that day. I had your back.
can
Oh,
I
oh.
pull out my, not pull out my phone, but like start recording like just this conversation and just like put it back in my pocket?
You're
Give
a
me
hero.
a dexterity subterfuge, because I'm assuming you're trying to do it like sneakily, stealthily.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Well, this is not Dr. Rachel's forte. She doesn't do anything quietly, so hopefully I'll pull this off. Zero successes. Woo.
I was gonna
So,
ask if I could try to help by like keeping him talking.
uh, if Dr. Rachel had one success, yes. Because well, did you get any ones?
No, just two twos.
Okay. Um, you know what? Give me a roll to distract Max and see if even with the zero successes,
What kind of role would you like?
um, give a manipulation culture roll could work.
One, two,
Also,
three,
remember you do
four.
have momentum that you can use to give enhancement or change a failure to a success with complication.
Oh. Well, I got two successes, a 9 and a 7
Oh, remember
on the assist.
seven.
Well,
Seven
on the
isn't
distraction.
let me see. And you're
Oh,
going
it's
to
7
roll.
not?
No, it's only
It's
eight,
8
nine,
not?
and
I got you.
ooh,
A 1.
Max got 6 hits.
Oh,
Wow, Max, cool.
unfortunate.
So, Dr. Rachel, as you take out your phone, you forget that it's like on loud because you need to hear the phone in case like there's an emergency at the hospital, and so you hit that record button, and Max like, "Oh, you want to take like a selfie with us? That's great. Come on, just take a selfie."
Oh God. I think yeah, she's gonna just like lean in for a selfie and she's
Mhm.
gonna grab him by the collar and she's gonna walk him outside.
But where are we going? We don't have to move for the.
You're
To
disrupting
the
the library.
trash where you belong.
Oh, I didn't. You're right. I didn't mean to. I just want to say, I have more information about the CLT.
The
Oh,
See, you know.
Sachiko clearly goes to say something and then goes, hmm, and doesn't say it because I'm not sure, but I'm allowed to say on screen.
I found out where they're based, and I want to help. I want to help you all. I want to be there. Let's take these down together to show everybody how we're all a team.
you know what? That's a wonderful idea. She pulls out her phone and she's gonna live stream a TikTok and she'll be like, "You won't believe who I'm with, Max, at this library. Come now. Everyone come say hi to Max." And then she'll put hashtag Max, hashtag light guy, hashtag blah, blow it
Max
up.
will love this and start giving you suggestions. Hashtag uh, Scion team. Hashtag we're all
Oh,
of this together. He just like rattles them off.
perfect. And she'll even throw in like a hashtag idiot somewhere in there and like the swarm of hashtags.
Yeah. Even if he sees it, he'll be like, "You're so funny."
And then she'll be like, you know what? Here, just take this phone. I'll let you finish the hashtags real quick. They should be in here like any second, I believe, right? That's your fans love you
Ah,
that much. They should be here right now, right?
you don't even need to roll for that. Like that's the type of thing where he'd be like, "Oh my god, that's a great idea," and then just start streaming. Like he is not paying attention to you all anymore.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna go check one thing and I'll come back to stream. And she
Oh,
goes back
great!
inside.
It's like you just left him with a toy.
And then she probably takes like a, I don't know, like a swig from her Max flask. That's just
Just like
vodka.
It's
always
like a
on.
swear jar, but alcohol every time we see Max.
It's like I got this because of you, not for you.
So yeah, as you watch Ben, you can tell that the pressure on his soul is like slowly increasing, and he is the time in between drowning moments is getting less and less to the point where he's just going to be drowning for like 30 minutes.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
How close are we to the end of his shift?
Like it's like 4:40. It's 20 minutes left.
You could drown a little bit. I'm a doctor. I can pull him back from the edge.
This
We have a
man has
doctor and
done
a
nothing
therapist.
to us.
Yeah. What more
Yeah,
can we
I can
ask
give
for?
him therapy for his PTSD later.
Ooh,
I guess
I
Leah
actually have a. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just Leah kind of tries to dial it back a little bit, but
okay.
it maybe struggles with it, but is definitely trying to like again is not trying to traumatize Ben, just wants Ben to
Right.
know like you're not getting away from us.
Right. Okay. So you dial it back enough to where like if he ever thinks about running away, the drowning sensation comes back. But other than that, he is fine.
Perfect.
Have lovingly trained him with like Machiavellian techniques.
20 minutes go by. Um, the replacement for Ben comes in and he walks directly to you all and says, "Hello, let's
Hello.
go and have a chat."
Wonderful. I'm so glad you suggested that. Of your own
Yeah.
free will, with no
Yes. Yes.
pressure whatsoever from anyone.
Pressure at all. Before we begin, Solia, I do have a question. Are
Mhm.
you a Scion?
I have no idea.
But Dr. Rachel's definitely a Scion, right?
What? No way, she says with like dead eyes.
Oh my
This
God, Rach, the jig is up.
a Scion, what?
Cat's out of the bag.
Ben, what are you talking about? What is this about?
See, look, all I know is that I had a friend who was doing some outback running, like trying to get in shape, doing trail running. And apparently, she came across this group of trail runners. It was like a meetup, a whole bunch of people doing trail running. And they really talked about how, we think that like trail running shouldn't be competitive, but it should be cooperative and, always bring your water. And we have moments where we stop and drink water because hydration is important. And then, like the 2 weeks later, she started saying these phrases that apparently is a connection to a cult that
What
meets.
kind of phrases?
I don't. So the vast majority of phrases I don't know. I think they're in Latin or French or Japanese. I don't know languages very well, but they're not English. Um, but there was one that she did say the rain collar shall sweep the earth away or something. I don't.
Oh, I didn't know the trail runner to cult pipeline was so strong.
I was shocked. I too to the point where I didn't quite believe it because like what? trail running, right? It should be like an earth thing, if anything, but unfortunately, I haven't seen my friend for a while. But don't worry though. I do you know Max Goodwill? I spoke to him, and he's gonna find her.
Like Dr. Rachel like puts her finger on his lips and she's just stop talking, stop talking.
Oh yeah, I probably shouldn't say that out loud.
So
It's
where was the trail that your friend was running?
So he gives you there's a popular trail called the Marmoset Trail. It's one of the more popular ones. And it like branches off into two different trails. One trail you're not supposed to go on anymore. It's like this time of the year, there's mudslides, so it's not safe. And he's like, that's the one they were doing.
Is this Chaz, is this do we know that this trail is in the forest where we just
Yeah,
learned the rains are happening? Okay.
yeah. In fact, now that you know like where it is, that's like the past the like, mudslide area is the dead center of where that rain is focused.
hmm.
Why did you go to Max about this? What was it about the situation that made you think Max Goodwill?
I mean, Max is the best, right? Like
Don't
your
don't
scions are
say that
no,
to me, first of all.
oh, oh,
I need you to
sorry.
focus. What was it about this situation that made you think this needs a Scion's help?
Uh,
Leaving Max out of it. Pretend that Max doesn't exist. Let's work
okay,
the
Please.
but like,
dream.
promise you won't say anything.
Sure.
We were playing video games at my house, and she lost, and she shot water out of her hands through my TV. At first, when she left, I thought that's why I couldn't find her because she didn't want to pay back the TV. But also, once you start shooting water out your hands, something's changed, and it's well, way beyond what I can do as a friend.
Huh. And your friend had never shown signs of any water-based powers before
No,
this. Interesting.
in fact, I kind of wanted to. I hoped if I just kept saying watery stuff, I would also gain the powers. But as you can see, and he's like trying to shoot water. It's like I got nothing.
Yeah, it was a great plan. Amazing work. Any other questions for Ben here?
Ugh, I can't fix stupid.
Before you all go, I have a question. I
Okay.
have a report due tomorrow in my class, Gods 101. And I was kind of hoping I could speak to, because you're Scions, right? So I could speak to one of your gods.
They're not
Oh
gods.
my gods, Ben. You can't just ask people to speak to their gods.
It's funny you say that. Your phone rings.
Don't turn down my business deals.
She turns around and answers it.
Sachiko, darling, how are you doing? Have you
Oh my
seen the
gosh,
latest 90 Day Fiancé?
I am
Chills.
so good. It was
Listen,
incredible.
wasn't it? Listen, I uh I have a favor to ask.
Okay, so
If anybody wants to talk to me, I was wondering if you could let them talk to me.
why have you done this to me?
I
What did
have
I do to you to
I
deserve
have
this?
done nothing but love and support and introduced you to the world
Who?
who you
Are you sure you want to talk to like anybody who wants to talk to you?
well, specifically, I want to talk to that young man who wants to talk to me.
Mm, okay, I mean, I've told you that you really need to start putting more emphasis on knowing your own worth, but
I know my worth better than anyone. Who could be more worthy than me?
okay. So should I give him your number?
No. Just give him the phone. This won't take long.
Oh, uh, crap. She turns around, looks at Ben and goes, "It's for you."
Ben has had a roller coaster of a day. He was drowning a little while ago. He's like super excited. He's about to talk to a god. And he gets on the phone like, "Hello, hi, who? Uh huh, uh huh." And then he just like hands you the phone, hands like visibly shaking, and it's like,
Thanks so much.
I have to, I have to go. And just
Are you
torrential tears
crying?
starts, and he like runs away.
Oh, who's your?
Hello?
That was,
Is she still there or is
yeah,
she
she's still
gone?
there. Like that was amazing. Thank you so much for letting me talk to that young man. By the way, I think you have a new client because he's going to need someone to talk to.
It looks
What?
like it. What, um, was that what you wanted out of that conversation?
Wanted is such a strong word. I was ready to expect this as an outcome
Did you feel nourished by this? Has this nourished your soul?
more than you can imagine.
What do I know? I'm just a therapist. Okay, I gotta go now. There's a call.
All right, love you, mama. And she hangs up.
Um, I do not want any phone calls from your parent if I could choose that, please.
Oh, I don't know what made you think you could choose that, but I will do my best to run interference.
Speaking of interference, guess who comes back with your phone?
My gosh.
No, it's like a boomerang.
Dr. Cynthia. See, I added all the hashtags. See,
Oh,
Dr.
aren't
Cynthia
you?
BFF.
Oh,
Oh.
you are such a ball of joy, she says through gritted teeth.
Max,
All right.
Maximus,
Yeah, yes.
Maximilian,
Ooh, Maximus. I like that. It makes me feel, you know,
Maxwell.
worldly.
Ugh.
You didn't even. It wasn't even the right letter, my guy, that her name starts with.
Uh,
You're not even in the right part of the alphabet.
Bethany?
Okay, I think he's pushed my buttons enough. What happens if like my contacts go off? Like you are dead, collateral damage, that type of thing. Like, isn't there like a mode where you like go complete Super Saiyan almost?
Oh, you mean the Titan mutation?
Yeah, the I took it all in mutations, I'm pretty sure.
Yes. Um, Essentially, if I remember correctly, that just like skyrockets your strength, combat abilities, and ability to heal.
Yes.
So is that what we're doing?
No, I can't do that because then I'm gonna destroy the library, almost kill Max. It's gonna be horrible press, and then my supervisor is gonna be pissed. God,
So you
But
feel
it'll
that
be really
urge, like
funny.
he's right there, and I just grab him. Like this could all be over.
I
Yet
could
you're
wring his
able
neck.
to
I could.
suppress. Like, it's like, don't worry. I put share location with friends, so now I know where you are, and I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna put on the suit, the armor, and then I'm gonna meet where you are, and then we're gonna stop this together,
Max,
right?
before you go anywhere, last chance before we all lose it on you, give us any actual useful information right now. Go.
in order to summon or summon something or break a seal, it usually requires a ritual of some sort.
You know,
Most of this
Max,
rituals,
oh,
uh,
sorry. I thought that was it. I thought that was it. And I was about to lose my fucking mind.
I did too. I thought that was the end of it, and I was like, the most useless thing he's ever
for
said.
that was, most rituals take, unless there is a highly skilled sorcery practitioner there, most rituals take about a month, and rain has been coming for about a month. So we need to end this soon, or else whatever is going to happen will happen soon.
Do you know like why these people would be hanging out in the forest in particular?
They're in the forest. That's why I couldn't find them.
I thought you said you knew where they met, Max. That's what you said earlier.
Is that what I said? No. What I meant was I know where I think I know they are.
No.
I think
Maximilian.
Dr. Rachel has gone nonverbal
Maximilian.
at this point.
Maxwell.
I think I like that. Yeah. Yes, yes. Yeah, yeah.
I need you to get it together and really think about what you know versus what you expect us to expect you to know.
You know what? You're right. I
Mhm.
apologize. I have
Yeah.
spent too much time uh talking with fans and the people who
Uh-huh.
love and adore and worship me, and not enough
Correct.
time in the moment.
Mhm. Okay. So let's set up an action plan for how we're going to accomplish this with you.
Yes.
Okay. So our expectations of you in reality are just that when you tell us something, it is A, useful, right? Because we really need useful information, and B, that you actually know it. Okay. So like bars real low,
Mhm.
but like I believe you can do it. That's what I believe is that you're capable. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Okay. If that's the
from
case,
Scion to Scion.
Scion to Scion, because we're all on the same team. Yes, yes.
Oh,
Everything I tell you from now on will be useful. Um, and I will be there to help you all because we're Scions.
I need like my
Radical.
appendix out. Like,
Great. So
well, how
you're
about
gonna
you
Okay.
go get
go,
ready?
yeah,
Yeah.
you go
Go
I
put
do
your clothes on.
Max things.
all right, I'll be right there. It takes me about 30 minutes to get my full armor on. So, but I'll be there as soon as I'm ready.
Perfect. She like grunts out.
That's fine.
You have learned the location of the cultists,
Mhm.
potentially highly traumatized the librarian.
For no real reason.
Not on purpose.
Like I did nothing to any of us.
Yeah, that wasn't even you.
Poor Ben.
That was just fun.
And kind of made a bridge with Max and the fact that like you haven't throttled him yet.
It will happen.
Mhm.
Probably, yeah.
I'm gonna wait until we're at this cult location and we're in the heat of combat and a stray kick or punch
Right.
misses its
Just,
target.
oh no. All right. So, what is the plan? Are you heading straight there?
Maybe we just text Blanche and let her know what we're up to. Because I feel like this is the sort of thing that she wants to know about.
So you text Blanche, you're like, hey, we're heading off to this. Blanche responds, one, Blanche is, she's not a good texter. Like, she just spells things so poorly that the autocorrect doesn't catch most things. You're able to
Awesome.
kind of figure out that she is going to go on a press tour to kind of like be like, oh, look at these scions going to help the world.
You know.
Blanche believes in us.
I like Blanche. She tries.
That she does.
Yeah, we don't make it easy for her. All right, yeah, I guess we head to the forest.
All right. So you head to the forest, and like I say, this is one of the most popular like trail running sites, and so there are lots of people there. Um, Police are there, or people are there because people have been trying to like sneak into that mudslide area. Um, and people are like, yeah, you definitely can't go, especially now. Like it has been super dry, and now there's suddenly rain. Like that is the cause of like mudslides. You cannot be there.
Mhm.
I guess up we stroll.
Mm.
Yeah. Like, I hear you, but we're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, please step in my way.
Yeah, they was like, no, we just be careful, you three. You all have a good day. Who is going to be leading this excursion? Because you are very much going off trail at this point. Who is going to be leading the excursion to find these cultists?
Would it be like a perception survival type of thing, or not perception?
I will go
Maybe
cunning
like
survival, likely.
okay, I could lead the way if no one else wants to.
I trust you, Bethany.
Yeah, why do we still call Max by his name when he can't ever remember any of ours?
You know, that's valid. And two successes for that cunning survival.
Right. So it's taking you a little while because there's some like newly overgrown bush that you're trying to like tear through, but you're making your way. After doing so, you get a text from Max. Ran into fans, will be a little late for Team Scion, and then like a party emoji.
She's gonna change Max's name in her phone to like Shart, and she'll like text him back like, "Oh, no problem. Hopefully, you don't run into my fist. LOL. Raffle. So much fun."
Rafflecopter. Piece of
Responds,
shit.
"You're so funny. Can't wait to save the world."
I
Oh, joy.
can't.
As you're texting, you see someone like run through the bush.
Oh my God, he got here faster than anticipated.
We could do the horror movie signature where it's just hello.
Did it look like a trail runner? A trail runner cultist?
It looked like someone wearing like stereotypical cult robes.
They trail run in cult robes?
Mhm.
I was thinking like those runner shorts with just like Colts on the back.
Instead of juicy, it says cult.
Yeah.
We'll never know. And then like on the shirt, it's like at Max, number one fan. I guess should we follow them? It'd be kind of awkward just to let them go.
Yeah, I guess so.
It doesn't
After him, I
take
guess.
Doesn't take
Oh,
you very
after him, I
long.
guess.
After him? Okay. So you make your way through, and very quickly you see someone who is caught in a snare trap. The same person who was wearing the cult robes.
Caught in a snare trap.
Yeah.
Classic.
And as they're hanging
Well,
upside down, Soya, you actually see them and you recognize them. This is someone who also goes to a Tusa University, who works at the library with Max, and is very likely the woman who Max was talking about.
Ben,
Oh, Ben's
Oh,
missing
yeah, sorry,
friend.
Ben was talking about.
Oh, it's the gamer who put the water through the TV.
Yep.
Do I know this person's name?
Uh, Considering the amount of time you spend in the library, you wouldn't know her name is Fiona. Yeah,
Viola.
Fiona. Yeah,
Fi- What did you say? Did you say Fiona or Viola?
Viola.
Viola.
Yeah.
Viola, hey, I see you're caught up in
Oh,
something.
hey, you're pretty. I know you're funny. Could you help me so I can laugh fully without the blood rushing to my head?
No, I don't think so.
Really? Because it would be really helpful if you could.
I think just while you're tied up, we have a couple of questions for you, and then maybe we'll let you down after you answer our questions.
Great. Is there a cheat sheet I can do to make sure I get the right answer? Because I really don't like being up here.
I guess you're just gonna have to cope with it.
listen, if you just tell us the truth, we'll let you down.
Yeah, of course, I have nothing to hide.
Oh, and if you spray any of that water on me, we're gonna see how far you can fly.
Then you see her hands, which were like open, slowly like closed. She's like, duly noted.
Yeah, so why don't you tell us about this whole water cult thing?
Halt! I do have something to hide. I forgot about that. Can we say something else?
No, we're gonna focus on the cult.
Okay, you might. Um, I okay, my head's really hurting. Fine. Look, I didn't want anything. I just wanted to go running. And like I got tired of doing this for the same laps. And they were like, we can get you on this new trail. You just have to pay $50 up front, and then you get like a license for a thing. And then I already spent the money, so I was like, I might as well go to the like bake sales, and I might as well go to the dance. And then all of a sudden I'm summoning a torrential rain caller.
So you joined a Patreon.
Right? Like it's not all that out there when you think about it like that.
Huh.
Is this the first time that anything like this has happened to you, or is this like a pattern of behavior, would you say?
The cult or the Patreon, because one is yes, the other is no.
The cult. Is this like your
Yes,
first cult?
this is my
Okay.
First
first
cult.
cult, and I think it's my last. I don't like it because I keep ending up
Mm.
in snare traps.
It's
So this is
probably
not your first time in a snare trap.
No, this is not my first time in the snare trap. And usually I call for help, but this is not the first time today in a snare trap. And they said they wouldn't help me again for the rest of the day.
it's
So,
Wow.
probably this like hidden forbidden trail that you paid $50 to be able to run, and you're probably not
The
supposed to
snare
be
trap.
on.
Was it
they
$50 or 50,000?
it was $50, but $50 weekly,
They got you good.
which, and they say once you get to the next level, you get more powers,
So
but
it's
it becomes $50 daily.
also a multi-level marketing scheme. Got it.
Yeah,
But like I
MLM.
have powers though. So like,
Yeah, how did that happen exactly?
okay, promise you won't laugh.
I
No.
cannot make that promise.
Okay, that's fair. Um, so in the middle of the joining of the running and the dancing and the summoning, you can't just dance to summon the rain caller. You have to essentially use water energy, and the dance is just a way to manipulate this like water energy in the world to cause the rain to do the things. And I didn't have water energy, so they kept laughing at me, and I thought it was because I was putting too much ballet in. And so they had to train me how to do manipulate water energy. At which point the dancing didn't even matter. It was just kind of like a fun thing to do.
Oh, as one does.
By the way, have I been truthful enough that I can like not have my head full of my blood yet?
No.
No? Okay.
I had a question actually, and she gestures to the snare trap like in its entirety, and it's like, who are these for?
Um,
Isn't this your trail?
I was told that it was to keep the people who did not pay the $50 out to make it exclusive for us in the $50 tier section.
Is
I
it
have
like
a
a
lot more
nonprofit?
questions, but I feel like my friends probably have more important ones than I do, frankly.
I have no I'm at a loss for words.
What exactly is your goal here? Like you are paying all this money to be able to run this trail that keeps getting you caught in snare traps. It's gotten you water powers, which it sounds like you don't really care about that much because you're really only using them for this ritual that you also don't really care about. Like, what is it exactly that you're getting out of this?
Well, when I first started, running is boring. You see the same things over and over, but you can go different places. So like, hey, I gained access to different places, and I thought they had like a different trail each month. And like, you should check their website. It is amazing.
Yes.
Um, Now it's not so much what am I getting out of it as it is like I've already signed the contract, so I already owe them a year's worth of money. I might as well get the running in.
So this is like a Planet Fitness deal.
Yes, yeah, there we go.
Those are really hard to cancel.
And like
Yeah.
they
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 are.
have they have like somebody who you can talk to like let you out the contract, but they're never here to do the summoning. And
Yeah, or they like really pressure you of like, are you sure you want to do that? Because like if you do that, then like you won't be able to come to our place anymore, and like you need some work.
right, and then they're like, oh, if you like leave without committing your commitment, we're gonna like hunt you down and like drown you, and yeah, 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 yeah. And I don't want to deal with that, so I was just like, I'm just gonna stick the year out.
I got this same threat from Planet Fitness.
I think they have the same like trainer, like this called and Planet Fitness. I don't know who trains them, but it's very effective.
I get you now. Okay.
Well, I don't want to let you out, but I don't care for the blood rushing to your brain. So as long as everyone's all right with it, I'll just keep them in the trap, but drag them along with us. All in favor?
Yeah, I guess.
Wait, I'm not in favor.
Your
One
vote
more
doesn't count.
question. Yeah, your first of
Oh,
all, your vote does not matter here. Another quick question for you though. So what is this ritual that you've been performing with your cult, your running trail cult?
Your
What
aquatic
is
CrossFit.
I? I honestly don't know. They haven't explained it, anything. They did say we're bringing the rain back, and that's good because we've been in a drought. So like we're doing good, right? Like, what did you spend $50 to like end a drought?
No.
sounds like you're doing more than end a drought, though.
What do you mean? It doesn't rain that much. I mean,
But
it's been
the
raining every day for like an hour.
Yeah, and the damage that the rain has been causing isn't helping with the drought at all. And it sounds like this ritual is not like it sounds like the ritual is creating this rain for something other than ending the drought. So you don't actually know what the ritual is for. They told you it was to bring rain and that's it, and you don't know anything useful.
I they kind of explained something, but it was like at the end of a run. I was already tired.
We should set you up with our friend Mads.
Who's
That's
Max?
that's cruel to us. Sachiko, that will affect us too much, I think.
Oh.
I guess while we drag Viola along, can Celia try to like get in contact with their parent? Because
You you you
I'm starting to
absolutely
worry a little
can.
bit that this like water thing might be more related to my parent than I wanted to initially believe.
You absolutely can. You know from past experience, you need to call a minimum of 3 times before there's even a chance of it being answered.
That's fine.
Worse.
I guess like if we're all done, like when I can wait until we're done and we keep walking towards where the cult is, Celia can just be in the background on the phone, just like constantly ringing, waiting for it to ring out, hang up, and try again.
Do you have any more questions for Viola?
Just getting dragged.
Okay. So she is being
So
dragged with. Hmm?
so wait. Does this cult like I don't know, like stockpile any weapons or anything like that that we should be concerned about going in?
Uh, our only weapons are our 2 guns. Just
So
kidding.
like
I don't think so. They just make a whole bunch of jokes about like muscles as weapons and
okay, so let me ask it like a little bit differently. Like if the cops or the FBI showed up right now, would they be happy?
I mean you're essentially kidnapping me, so no.
No, not for us. At the compound.
Oh yeah, right now it's just like ritual time. So like they would just see people dancing,
Okay.
maybe wielding water magics. It's fine.
Okay.
So yeah, you are on call 7. And as it gets to the end, you hear a very sleepy yawn. Hmm. Hello?
Uh, hey, I'll try not to take up too much of your time so you can get back to your naps. Cult of Oblique Waters, what do you know?
Oh, so um I like them. I like
Of
some
course you
things about
do.
them. Not all things about them.
Do you know what they're trying to accomplish? I mean, I know they want to like turn the world into 100% water or whatever. Do you know like what their plan is to make that happen?
Is that what they're doing? Oh, that makes sense. They came to me a couple years back, and wanted to learn some sort of ritual. And so I taught it to them.
Of course you did. What was the ritual that you taught them?
Well, like you know, humans can't summon that amount of like can't summon a lot of water, but like if you can summon a rain column, which involves like first prepping the ground, the earth, the soil to be as saturated with water as possible. Then infusing this needs to be some sort of like a rock or an egg or some sort of spherical object with water magics in order to birth this creature, which will then just summon massive hurricanes, the scale the world has not seen or known for nigh on aeons. And oh, it makes sense. They want to flood the world. Okay, I got that now.
Yeah, so how would one stop this ritual if this cult is performing it?
I mean, my first question is like, why would you stop the ritual when you can take a nap? Like, if it's already happening, then like enjoy the last of your time. Wait a minute, you can swim. Why do you care?
You can swim.
I can swim, but think about it this way. if this ritual happens and they cover the world in water, the only survivors will be the people who aren't afraid of water, who can like swim and survive in it easily. And there won't be anyone left who will be afraid of water, which is, you know,
And
your
then
thing.
you hear the phrase that he says to you whenever you like do get past the laziness. How dare you?
There he is.
Okay, fine. If you want to stop the ritual, two ways you can go about doing it. One, disrupt the water, that mana egg, by infusing with something that's not water, preferably fire. Just doesn't allow for this creature to be brought into the world. If the creature is brought into the world, it's fairly simple. You just kind of like either beat it down or talk it out of the water. They tend to really like water, so talking is a harder option, but you know, creatures are different all over. How long has this ritual been going on?
It sounds like they started calling the like torrential rains to infuse the ground with water about a month ago.
All right, okay. And then he like gets very serious for maybe 10 seconds. Here's what you need to do. You need to identify where this thing is happening and get rid of
Cleo
it
puts their
now.
phone on speakerphone real quick. Yeah, go ahead.
Identify where this is happening and get rid of it now. Understand there will be minimum 10 people because that's the amount of people you need to summon this creature who will all be around it. So it will not be easy. Also, you will need to at least infuse it with half of fire energy fired in order to like dissipate the water. More if it is something that's not fire. Um, if you fight it, be prepared for loss of water. Soya, you can swim, you can breathe water, you will be fine. I don't know if your friends can. I hope they can. I hope you've been teaching them how to swim. If not, you may be getting new friends soon. I don't know. And then as he says, I don't know, you hear that sleepiness just like hit once again.
Hi, Celia's dad.
Hi, Soya's friend. Are you enjoying the naps?
The nap.
I think
Yeah, he
everyone
loves
should
to take
enjoy a good
naps.
nap.
He just sleeps a lot. He just loves it.
I wish my mom would sleep a lot.
Oh, wait, I've
I think
spoken to. Hmm?
right when you say I wish mine sleeps a lot, I think I like get rid of another meme that was sent like what your swim teacher would want you to know. And I'm like, God damn it, not another one.
You've gotten because you get minimum five a day. Which is why I just have like you. They're a constant thing that's coming. Like you, every time you look at your phone, it is a meme from Mama Rhonda. But like all of them for the past weekend have been water themed.
Thanks for the tip, I guess.
And then he's like, "Do you have any?" I just kind of nods off while on the phone.
All right. Well, we did it. We got as much as we're gonna get from him.
Hey, Vi, can I call you Vi?
We're talking to.
Viola?
Oh,
Viola.
if I say yes, will you let me out of being dragged?
Vi, I have to ask. So the end game is to flood the world. Where were you going to run when the
Wait,
world
what?
was flooded?
No,
What,
the end
like,
game was to go for a run. What flood the world?
no. I know, what do you, like, how do storms contribute to your running? Like, think about it. Like, think about it for me. Like, a little bit.
What does like
A little
mango
bit.
peach smoothies have to do with running? I don't know, but Planet Fitness sells those. Like, I thought that was just part of the plan.
Boy. Planet Fitness doesn't contribute to the end of the world. They just ruin your day from time to time.
I didn't know this was like an end of the world thing. I literally thought it was like just people like running. I didn't know.
Oh my God.
All right, a cult of running, recreational,
A group of recreational running.
that dress in robes and do
We
water magic.
we all get like freebies when you join the group. Like sometimes you get a coffee mug, sometimes you get a robe that just looks kind of culty.
Hmm,
Oh my God.
hmm.
You, I would love to be as good at gymnastics as you are right now, because this is ridiculous.
I really didn't know. I Wait a
So,
minute.
like, instead of being in this net, do you think you could like help us get in instead?
Are you gonna stop
Like,
the
could you
world from
vouch for us?
Yeah, yeah. I'll have like new members. You all love running.
Adore it. Running's my life.
Can I
She
get
noisily sips the iced coffee she still has.
can I get out of the can I get released now, please?
I vote
Yes.
yes.
I like rip the net up like you would do like for a tablecloth and like leave the dishes.
She is impressed and terrified. Not in equal measure, though, more terrified, but there's still that impressed there.
That's hot.
And actually, while there was some physical damage, just like being dragged on the forest floor, simply being around you has healed her.
See, I have bonuses and benefits.
She's like, I get it. You're all part of your own cult, and this is like cult warfare.
Oh my God, you're so right.
Can I can I join your cult? I don't like this one. I didn't know that. Wait, are you also going to end the world?
I have an
I'm
No.
gonna end
idea.
your world if you keep talking.
Yeah, what if you don't join any cult?
I mean, I don't know. Like, aside from you, like, not letting me out, you seem pretty cool.
Are you the kind of person who like someone does one nice thing for them and then like you believe that you owe them your life?
Okay, I don't want to be joining this cult anymore. You seem like you're putting me on blast, and I wasn't ready for that.
Okay, that's fair.
I will say, especially because she has effectively been rescued from this cult, and Dr. Rachel has healed her, even though Dr. Rachel caused a lot of things. I'm going to say she is fate bound to Dr. Rachel as a mentee of sorts.
Feybound?
Fate bound. Um, a mechanic in Scion that can be done when that because Scions are like swept up in fate. Uh, it kind of like connects you to these characters, um, and you can use them to like just chat with. Essentially, they're like part of your story going forward for some amount of time. Because she kind of like looks up to Dr. Rachel with her strength and her intelligence. She's going to do this role of the mentee. Um, and as you all, she starts to like talk about how you're going to get into this cult. She's telling you all like keywords to say, but how much you like to hydrate. Hydration is important. And as she's talking, you start to enter this clearing and you see the 12 people dance around this like floating orb of water. I think we'll take a little 5 minute break here as we get refreshed and come back to this next section of Scion's Titan Rising. And welcome back to Scion Titans Rising. Uh, as you enter this, as you enter, you see everybody dancing and imbuing this orb with energy. You see it start to like spill over as if it's about to reach critical mass. Viola's like, okay, so they're in the middle of their dance, so maybe we should wait until after they're finished to not be rude.
Hey, Viola, who's the head honcho here?
So she points to it's hard to tell, like they're all in robes, but the head honcho is this person goes by the name of D. Taller than everybody else, a good like 6'7", and so they tower over the others. And she's like, "That's them." D is very big into physical fitness. I think they're a physical trainer when they're not doing this. Um, really great. Love them to death.
Okay, cool. I'll have you stand right here. And she is going to might jump over to the tallest 6'7" person and basically come down with a punch from the sky. If I could do that,
Yeah, no, very easily done. Roll me a might close combat roll.
I would love to.
I feel like a lot of things are
This is
about to happen
truly
very
the
quickly.
best solution to any problem.
Okay. Total of three successes plus my enhancements. I think I'd be at six successes.
Yep, that sounds about right. Um, and so you come crashing down, interrupting the whole thing, smashing the into the ground. Everybody like kind of like backs up, looks shocked, and Viola stands in the back like, I have people who want to run with us.
Your dancing
Fine.
sucks.
You're dancing stuff. Get good.
they Many of them seem frozen, like kind of unsure what to do. Question for you, Dr. Rachel, like, are you still standing on top of D?
Yeah, she forgot about him.
Okay. So then D is like slowly backing up and like trying to regain composure after probably getting concussed.
While you were dancing, I studied the fist.
Yes, yes.
D's like,
Way of
what
water, way of fist.
real what is this?
An intervention.
Intervention. Intervention. Ah,
I'm surprised how you got through all our traps, but don't worry about it. Maybe we can have a little discussion.
A discussion where you don't destroy the world?
yeah.
We are not destroying the world. We are going to make the world reborn.
You're gonna destroy the world so that you can try to repopulate it?
What the world does without us is not our concern.
So you know that you're gonna die too, though.
I am going to become one with the ocean because that's
So
all there will be.
We
all
call
of
that
you
drowning.
cultists know that what you're doing is gonna lead to your death. The deaths of you and all of your loved ones and everyone you know.
It's funny you say that because the good like eight cultists are like, wait, what are they talking about? Like we didn't sign up for that. Like this is all news to us.
Read the fine print.
No, nobody reads the fine print, and like there starts to be dissension because apparently D has been keeping something secret from the vast majority of the cult.
Yeah, your whole deal here with this cult is to drown the entire world. And that means all of you will drown. So good job on that.
He like sick the cultists just feel horrible inside.
Apparently, I'm good at that
Like,
today. Just making
That's
people feel awful.
honestly, what did you think the water powers were for? Like, in regards to running.
I don't know. Like everybody has powers these days. Like look at
Mm-hmm,
my like Instagram. It's all people with powers. Like this is not.
hmm.
Well,
But
if
like,
you if you don't want to be part of this like world-ending cult, you should leave now because we're about to destroy you.
Fuck shit up
Seven
is right there.
seven cultists take off robes and just like walk out, leaving
Perfect.
four cultists and D. Dr.
I'm gonna
Rachel.
pass my business cards to them as they're leaving for therapy.
That's smart, yeah. Two people are like, is it a sliding skip? I'll call you and we'll chat. Okay. And they leave. Dr. Rachel, you get a text. I'm on my way. I'll be there soon. It's just really hard to get through these bushes in full armor.
She ignores the text. So, is this where you try and fight me and let this massive glob of water become a person, or am I just going to destroy you right now?
No, 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 no. I have never been hit that hard. Clearly, I am not one to fight with you and come out alive. What if we just leave? Yeah? No, no one has to die. We just all go our separate ways.
Something tells me if we leave, that little bubble's going to pop and we're all going to die.
I mean, I it would only pop if it has been completely filled. If it's not completely filled, it will slowly dissipate.
Are you able to determine how full it is?
The fact that it hasn't popped makes me think that it's not full yet. I'll be honest.
Listen,
What?
we
Hmm?
have specific instructions on what to do here. So I think we're gonna do that and trust the person who gave us those instructions more so than you. It's nothing
Yeah.
personal. I just have like avoidant attachments.
I mean, well, I also have specific instructions from the person who like created this ritual. Um, Admittedly, they were not paying attention when I spoke to them, but like I
Yeah, we
think
don't
it's
have to get
trust.
into that.
And like I let's just all leave.
Well, this is awkward.
How about you sit here so that we can take you into custody and we'll work on destroying that. And I mean, because it's not like it matters to you anyway, right? You were getting ready to like perform this ritual that would lead to your death. So what does it matter if you die from drowning or if you die from like one of us knocking you out or if you die in prison? You still die, right? That's what you wanted?
I mean, I didn't want to die. I was willing to die. Those are very two different things.
When your plan to die was also going to take out the rest of the world? Not to me.
Very selfish.
I was I feel like the world is I look at my other cult friends here and ask them if they're willing to die in water. Like that's 100% sample right there. Like I think
You
Solia.
think it?
Solia, you are one with the water, correct? Like that is your essence.
Mm-hmm.
As you're talking to this person who is just full of themselves, you feel this essence bubble up
The
from
egg,
that orb.
does anyone who what can either of you fill that with the power? Because I can't do anything. I would just add more water to it, which is the opposite of what we want at this point.
Wait, what's going on?
The orb is about to hatch,
No,
and
no,
the
it's
only
fine. It's fine. We didn't do anything.
can I knock
Okay.
this guy out?
I was like, you got it, please.
I want to knock that guy out, but I also need the other two to know that like if one of them has a power that they can like fill it up with that's not water, now is the time to do it right before it hatches. But
So
also
bad news.
on D.
No firepower over here. I have fist power, and I don't think this is where it applies.
I really like fire. Um, I don't know if that like counts. Like if I could like fill it with my love for fire and that like the
I
power of my love would like manifest an actual fire.
I think you do have the purview of fire. Wait a minute. Oh, I also remember something about you.
Mm-hmm.
So you do have the purview of fire, which means you can imbue it with like fire to like negate it. But you also um have that ability, that knack where you have an extra like bruised condition, but you need to be around like deep fire at least once a day. And if you're not, it
Yeah,
just emanates from you. How long has it been? Because it hasn't, like this morning you were getting coffee and then coming in late.
I was busy. Yeah.
So it's been at least 8 hours, but that doesn't make it 24. But we are coming up on that like lava is going to erupt soon, I think.
Yeah. So that you guys can just leave me here and I'll hang out and then eventually I'll immolate.
Oh,
Yeah.
Should we
It's
start?
okay.
well,
It
this is
happens sometimes. Yeah, like to.
well. I'll take care of this cult leader real quick. So, Dr. Rachel turn around and like bop her on the head downwards, and I want to use my enhanced impact to do the range band, but into the ground.
So I'm gonna say, based on the fact that they're still concussed, you knock them straight down. Only their head is remaining through the ground, and they are
Well, hopefully you don't drown.
You like little bunny food to them.
Yeah. And there are four other remaining cultists. Was that
Yep.
right? So I guess Celia will go around and basically just be like, are you gonna put up a fight or can I just like tie up your hands behind your back?
I feel like if these are the four remaining, there's only one thing left for them to do.
Won't you
Fight?
do it?
They're gonna start imbuing that thing with water energy.
Is it possible for me to try to like redirect their water so it doesn't make it to the orb?
What is the title? Your title? Legendary title?
Uh, Absolute tide.
That sounds like were you to imbue a legend, you could redirect their water energy to stop it from getting to the orb.
Yeah, I want to do that.
So they gather around and start imbuing it, and you start controlling it and having it water the forest, but keeping it away from that orb, which is like on the point of breaking, but has not had the option to actually like just pop.
Yeah, and if possible, I even want to redirect it back onto them and knock them down.
Nice.
Yeah. Simple enough as you're imbuing a legend, knocks them back up. They are all knocked back into trees.
Flaps all around.
Now,
Woo!
I won't mess with the orb itself. I'm not even gonna try to like siphon out the water energy it has because I don't want to like risk anything. I'll wait for
well, there
Zach
is
to
one thing
go.
we need to do. So yeah,
Hmm.
odds or evens.
Oh no. Odds.
Yeah, no, the orb is fine. So close. So you sent two knocked out cultists. two who are not into trees, still conscious, and then little bunny Foo Foo D and Viola, who is like, what is happening?
Because she didn't read the fine print.
She is very confused. She didn't know you were Scions. She didn't know this end of the world stuff. So are we like restraining everybody?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. To say because of how things have happened, makes perfect sense that like they can't fight back. So you're able to restrain everybody. Uh, D is restrained by the earth. And so then are you going to infuse it with that fire energy?
Yes, I'm gonna
Right.
combust.
Oh, you're going to like force it to combust.
Well, I don't know. What do you think? What do you guys think would be best? I can either kind of self-immolate, and that'll direct like a shit ton of fire energy in there, or I can try to do something smaller, but that may take
Self-immolate.
more time.
Yeah,
Or
I
okay,
would
I'll
say.
do
I
that.
mean, we do know that it has to be at least at least half of the energy has to be replaced with fire energy. Um,
Hmm.
but I mean, if you do all of it, I would imagine that would just destroy it all the way, and then we don't have to worry about anything left over. Hopefully, John
Yeah.
wasn't clear on that
Okay.
part.
Okay.
All
Yeah. Let's try immolating.
right. And you all have seen this before, like once a day. It is just if she's not like directly next to like fire or like sleeping in fire, it just combusts and it is very wide. And so I'm assuming you all book it.
Yeah. Definitely get the flammable mortals out of here.
Oh, yeah, true. I'll pull out D.
D is pulled out, everyone's taken. Viola's like, what can I do to help?
Help us drag
Stand
these
back.
bodies away.
I can drag. And she's dragging somebody. Um
Like, unless you're fireproof, you really don't want to be here.
I hear that. But maybe I have fireproof. I can like do water and she like sprinkles herself with water. Like,
So,
Viola,
see?
Viola.
no, we're not going to do any of that, and definitely like not close to the giant water balloon.
Okay. Okay.
Don't worry.
Unless
We'll handle it. I'll stay next to I'm pretty resistant to fire, so I'll stand nearby just in case something goes wrong.
okay.
Oh my God, thank you.
How far back do you all go?
Uh, if this is something that we've seen before from Sachiko, I think that we would have an idea of how far back would be safe for the the flammable mortals, as Dr. Rachel put it.
That's true.
So far enough back to make sure that we don't let them catch fire.
Okay, so then that takes you back to the main trail.
Thanks, Sachiko.
Dr. Rachel will stand nearby because like she can heal and then she's resistant to fire already. So if anything, she might just hang out in a tree so it's not directly in the flames, hopefully.
Right. So then since you're the tree, you can see Sachiko just start to like ember and smolder emit this bright light. And then all of a sudden I need we'll say stamina athletics as the sudden eruption of steam from all the water like instantly evaporating is essentially an explosion.
Okay. Oh, wow, I rolled good. One, two, three, four, five, six.
Oh yeah. Push back where you just grab the tree branch and like take it. Um, as you watch the orb like dissipate, and then a little bit of a forest fire begin.
Uh-oh.
And I'm just kind of like hanging out in the forest fire.
You're feeling great.
Yeah, and I'm like self-care.
How widespread is the
and
forest
making
fire?
ash angels.
Um, I assume Sachiko would have attempted to minimize the spread of the
Yeah,
fire as much.
yeah.
So the fire is not widespread. It is, however, very intense.
Mhm.
Restrained now because this has been the source of the water, and most of the fire is being like mitigated by that. But like in
Right.
that center, it is just ablaze.
Okay. I mean, for now, Slayer's gonna stay out of it because I don't want to even risk adding more water to the area right now, just in case something is still going on with that orb.
and
That's
then
okay. It's like a controlled burn.
and then you hear your favorite phrase, "Oh my gosh, Maxwell is here!"
Maxwell.
Okay. That triggers Dr. Rachel to an extent known by no man, no woman, nobody. She's going to activate her mutagen and I think activate her legend all at once. She's just going off
Oh my gosh.
Get
because
him.
we're in a safe area where I can let loose a little bit.
Yeah. All right. So when you activate, uh looks like the area around you like shatters as it just like bends under the weight of your strength.
And I think my legendary title is Threatening Healer.
Hmm. So do you want to use that to like scare Max? Do you want to like attack him?
She's going to say, "Good, you're here," in the most threatening tone she could possibly muster, and then punch him across the face. Just
Roll? Hmm. Roll me if you would. Close combat might. I think this also gives you like another two enhancement on that. So you're up to like +5.
perfect. I would like to burn all of my momentum to give me another 3 enhancement.
Okay. To 8.
This is with love, Max.
The
Gonna
greatest
say
of cake.
because he wasn't
Um,
prepared, he's not going to defend because he didn't know this was going to happen.
fair. 3 on dice plus the 8 would be 9, 10, 11.
11.
And to add, because we want to make this fun and
Yep, yep,
super enjoyable, I'll do the can I do the enhanced impact and
yep.
like what is it? Um, aggravated, brutal, and natural for the enhanced fists.
Hmm. So you like jump down and just slug him across the face, sending him through like a good 10 trees as he flies into the parking lot in the back. And you
Thank
hear
you.
way in the distance this like groaning, ow.
Can I regain my composure?
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Rachel will say, I'm so sorry, everybody. I'm gonna go make sure he's all right.
Viola like grabs you and is like, can you teach me to do that?
We can work on your hand-to-hand combat first.
Yes. And then she like, let's go.
Dr. Rachel walks over to probably use reconstruction on him.
Well, you can't even get to him because there's like a swarm of people like surrounding him, like, oh my gosh, who did this to you? Are you okay? Like there's a good like 50, 60 people just
Oh,
effectively on top.
perfect. This is perfect. Soila, can you like TikTok live streaming me healing the Max and saving him?
Not only can I do that, I have Nimstagrammers. Um,
Oh
Oh,
yeah, that's one. That's
Nimstagrammers. So I have like, what is
ooh.
I have like extra connections through Nimstagram. Um, just like really incredible followers on there, and I can use that to just make sure that we have like the biggest audience possible to live stream you healing him.
with the Nymstagrammers, your audience is about 2 million for this live stream.
It's all you, Dr. Rachel.
Dr. Rachel will like jump over everybody, like land next to him and go, "Oh no, poor Max. Don't worry, the Titans," and she emphasizes Titans, "are here to help you because we are Scions too." And
Ooh.
then she'll like
Supernatural.
take, yeah, she'll like place her hands like on his chest and she'll use reconstruction to restore.
He was hurting, and he gets up and is like, Rachel, I knew you cared. And then he's gonna like give you a hug.
Oh my
Sonia,
God, he
Sonia,
said your name correctly.
Yeah,
that's
he
a
finally
good thing to
remembered.
like to pay attention to because Sonia, you're like streaming this, right?
Hmm.
So then you see him pull out a gun and says, "Don't ever betray me," and he's gonna shoot you.
He shoots Rachel or he shoots me?
She shoots Dr. Rachel.
This is
I
live.
figured. Ha! Hell
This
yeah.
this is
He doesn't
live.
know that.
However, something strange happens. When he shoots you, Dr. Rachel, everyone screams out almost in unison, "Oh my God, what has she done to Max?"
I don't even take damage, do I? I just get that horrible.
Uh, one, two, three. So you can roll your defense. He has 3 hits.
Okay. Does natural armor plan for hard, soft, and resistant to fire?
Are you still in your like elevated mode?
Oh, is a birthright elevated mode?
The mutation is because you put all yours in mutation. So yeah.
I don't think she would. She regained her composure. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to defend. So what I roll for that?
Your highest resilience trait, so composure. Oh no, so yeah, your composure, stamina, or resolve.
Okay, I'll roll stamina, and then just
Hmm.
that.
Yeah.
2 successes.
So he is able to beat the defense, and you are shot through the stomach with what feels like a lightning bolt. And then as you like step back, he yells, "The Titans are attacking! Everybody run!"
I want to kill Max.
No, sure,
But I
still
can't.
alive.
I want to
Don't do it while
walk
it's fun.
toward I want to walk toward Dr. Rachel, still kind of on fire, and just go, yeah.
Are you encouraging me to kill him?
I will say, the fact that like you know that people don't like you because you're Titans. The fact that they saw him shoot you and they're still blaming you speaks more to some sort of
Like power or ability.
power compulsion rather
Yeah.
than them just not liking.
Yeah, there was definitely something strange going on there, especially since they all said in unison, like, what did she do? I think Celia really quickly will be like, I don't even know what Celia would say because they're still alive on Instagram.
What do the comments say on the live stream? Are they also agreeing with that? Or they're like, what the fuck?
Comments are very confused. They're like, "What happened? Is she okay? Why did he shoot her?"
There we go.
They're okay, good. So maybe it's just like in person.
So I think Dr. Rachel will look at him and say, "Oh, you didn't notice that we were live streaming too?" And she points to the camera. And they seem really confused right now on why you shot me. Would you care to explain?
He's going to look at you and he can't say anything because he just shot you. He is going to use his innate power over the sun, and just shine this like blinding light. So it gives you all +2 complication in attacking him because you actively can't look at him. and the live stream stops. Not that it stops like streaming, but the camera can no longer pick it up because the light is just too bright.
Oh, that's tough for him. PR nightmare.
He says to you, "Oh, don't worry, I'll win them back. It's not my first time doing this."
Ooh, I'm still
He's a
streaming. They can't
horrible
see anything, but
person.
they can hear.
She's
Why would you do
There's
this, Max? What is the point of this?
like, "Point of this? There's no point. Why are you doing this? To become a god? You don't care about these sheeple. There's only one point of this, and it's to have power. You're just mad that they don't like you and they like me."
Celia's still looking at the comments on the stream because they are still streaming.
You
What
do
are
see one comment from Blanche underscore GG, and it's just like, yes, keep it going.
when did you do this
Maximus.
before? Oh,
Maximus. This sounds like a pattern of destructive behavior.
Now the therapist is going to try to therapize me. Look, I'm doing what I need to do to become a god. It's not my fault you all can't take the heat. What with your like saving? No one cares if you save people. It's appearance.
Dude, I wrecked your shit, and you're telling me that I can't handle it? And I healed you.
Really? Well, I'm just gonna have to kill you all and then say there's some sort of illusion magic happening. Because guess what? They'll believe me because I'm not a Titan.
Okay, so like before you do that, so like this is why you take credit for like other Scions work is because like you're just, playing the game and that's it for you?
Don't act like you're not playing the game. Don't act like you're above and beyond.
I mean, I'm not the one who's standing here like, oh my gosh, none of these people matter. I'm just gonna kill indiscriminately because everyone loves me so much.
Do you want to see how much everyone loves me? And he like turns to some people in the group and says, "Hey, form a human shield." And five people walk over and stand right in front of him.
Ew, Max. Ew.
is that am I able to pick that up on the stream or is the light too bright
You can
still?
still hear everything, but anytime the
Okay.
camera looks at him, it's like looking directly at one of those like 1,000 lumen lights.
Okay. You must know we're not going
Max,
to
Max,
attack
Max.
you if you have innocence shielding you.
I don't have innocence shielding me. They want to shield me because they love me.
So like
Can I
they
like,
are.
could
Hmm.
I text my, because I know that my parent, the Witch Queen, is like a
Hmm.
fourth generation feminist.
Hmm.
Can I text her and be like, I have the most misogynistic, patronizing person in front of me right now. Can I get any kind of help, please?
Okay,
This guy
so
just like mansplained human shields to me. I don't
Yeah,
appreciate it.
bad
so
vibes.
as soon as you hit send, the phone rings.
Oh, 1 second, Max. Hold on.
Who is he? I'll kill him.
What was that?
Who is he? I'll kill him.
Uh, Max. He's like right in front of me. He's some like light boy. Um, I have permission
Max.
to kill.
Oh, I remember him. Is he still a Scion? He's been doing this for like 5 centuries.
Yeah, he's slow to the uptick, I guess.
Ah, I mean, I've been trying to like not just like kill my enemies now, although it is important to stop a problem before it starts because if you don't, it's going to hurt other people.
I can't argue with that.
And if he's been doing it for 5 centuries, it means that like he's been a problem for that long. So who knows how many people have been hurt?
Very true. So I'm hearing I'm good to go. Clear.
Oh yeah.
007.
Like you probably had a long day. I could come in, have some fun myself.
Please do. I haven't had a chance to fight with you and work with you in a while.
You do know her mere presence here means a lot of people are in trouble. Not even if she focuses on Max. Lots of people are going to be like just overwhelmed by her presence and possibly die. Possibly.
Oh, God damn it. I have to be the bigger person. As much as I'd like you to be here, he's using like a bunch of innocent people as body shields. So I feel like your overwhelming power might kill some of them.
And we don't want that. Yes. Okay. Good. I'm proud. Thank you for reminding me. That's the thing. Are you coming next month for dinner?
Yeah. Do you mind if I bring my two friends?
Oh yeah, yeah. Bring them. I like them.
Hi, Dr.
Good.
Rachel's mom.
How are you doing? And then just like a launch into stories. And have you seen this thing? Apparently, she has been speaking with Princess Kyo a lot, which is something that Princess Kyo did not tell you.
Oh no.
I think Dr. Rachel would pass the phone over on speaker and she'd be like, 1 second, I'll keep talking. And she's going to juice up all the mutagens again and step away so she doesn't cause any damage towards anybody.
Well, while you're doing that, Max is going to shoot your phone.
Whose phone?
Your phone.
Rude.
He doesn't
What
do
a
well when
hater.
attention's not on him.
Oh, this was the point. I thought it was funny. Like he's about to get all serious, and then we make a phone call.
Yeah, he's like, "Argh!" and like shot it, causing tendonitis in the people because he's like right over their shoulder. They're just standing there because they
Tinnitus.
tinnitus. There we go.
Does does it seem like any of that has had any effect on these people? Like whatever it is he's using to hypnotize them, was it affected by like the bright light or like the tinnitus that they now have, like the sound or anything?
Um, Give me an occult cunning roll because you're actually trying to figure out this effect on the people around them.
That is three successes.
Okay. You do see people flinch when the shot goes off, but they don't move, which likely means that like there is that like physical damage being caused, but they can't control their bodily like need to like escape or move from it.
Does it seem like from that we're able to figure out if there's a way to overpower whatever he's doing to them?
Ooh. Do you have
Like
extra
if I was,
successes? Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, like to add on to that, like if I was to use my like the walking dread, would that like overpower that negative energy?
Oh, so essentially, what would happen is we'd have a clash of wills there, where like the people are being pulled by his aura to just protect him, and you would have them like run away, and so there'd be a clash to see whose will overpowers the other.
Mm.
Good. Uh, it's Ciela, right?
Say that again.
Uh,
Solia?
Solia.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Could we combine our intimidation factors?
Ooh, yeah. Can we do that?
yeah, that sounds fun. All right,
Yeah.
so then both of you roll your next skill rolls. I think they should be the same. So like presence and whatever is your most intimidating skill. And Max is going to roll on Max. Let's see what you got. Mm.
3 successes for Dr. Rachel.
Oh, three for me as well.
Look at that.
Max gets 4 total. And so with the combined dread coming from both of you, the full 60 people will just run off. And well, actually, no, I should say 61 people run off because Max is not staying in here.
So
He's
we
running
scared Max
away.
off too.
He's absolutely running away.
Can I catch that fucker?
Probably you're faster than me. I say, give me
Oh,
an athletics might just to be like, can I just catch up to you before you get away?
perfect.
There is a +2 complication because he's strategically staying like in the middle of the pack.
Okay. Would any of my enhancements apply, like my strength enhancements?
Yeah, because it helps you catch up to him and like stay next to him faster. Everything you do is at
Okay.
+1 scale for strength, for might.
Yep. So that's a three enhancement.
Yep.
So one success with the roll, and then with the three enhancement, it's four total.
And then let me see.
We were all right to hate Max. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, we were all on the
Good on
right.
us.
You're able to buy off catching Max. You're not able to buy off the complications, which means you can catch him, but like you would likely harm somebody in your like reach to grab him. And with your strength, that would be, concussion, bruised, bones, possibly a break.
I'm gonna, uh, I'll take the complication, but I'll just come back and heal him later. It'll be
Okay.
like a sorry,
Right. So you
because
like,
she does have,
hmm?
yeah, because she has the you are dead hyperfixation on one opponent. So I think she would tune out.
Yeah. So you essentially like punch through a person, they get knocked down, but you grab Max and like pull him back.
As she like pulls him back, she says, "Oh, you're just gonna shoot me and run off?" And like, I want to haymaker him if I can.
Yeah. Roll same thing, might and close combat. You do have another +2 complication because you're looking directly at him, and he is still like blinding light.
Oh, much better. So three successes this time, plus the three would be six.
Yep. So you have enough to hit him and buy the critical stun, which means you will cause 2 damage instead of 1.
Okay. And it'll be aggravated too and brutal, I guess, from the
Yep.
enhanced fists.
So you just slam him down to the ground as he like tries to get up with his gun in hand.
Oh, because he's stunned, he can't do anything, right?
Yeah, he's like slowly trying to get up.
She's gonna just start basically punching him into the ground using the enhanced impact to knock him bandwidth down into the ground. Just
Mm-hmm.
kind of just sardine him, essentially.
Gotcha. So will you knock him into the ground? So yeah, is there anything you would like to do?
I mean, Celia this whole time has still just been streaming, and presumably at some point the light show went away, right? Like, can people see him now?
The light show will continue until he turns it off or until he's taken out.
Okay. So they can't see, but the like people have at least heard what's been going on.
Yeah, people hear everything.
That's good at least. I might turn that off now because I'm worried that Dr. Rachel's gonna get a bit too intense.
What?
And I feel like I want to capitalize on like how good it looked for us that Max turned against us and everyone saw it, and now we're gonna
Right.
turn around and capture him. And like there was like there that recording now of everyone seeing Max turn against us, so, like people will know what happened.
Yeah.
So I think like turning off that stream now, and also just if there are any stragglers, just sort of like helping them get out of the way of Max and Dr. Rachel to get any innocence out of here.
Gotcha. Sachiko.
Um, I mean, she's not a fighter. She's so much not a fighter, in fact, that she has an ability called not a fighter. Um, I think she's cooling down from her nonsense a minute ago with the fire. and probably observing and like giving therapizing commentary to what Solia is streaming. This really comes from like a deep-seated repression of Maximilian's belief that like he was never good enough. Like sometimes we call it a mother wound because like clearly he and his maternal parental figure did not have a good relationship.
I think Dr. Rachel would yell over and be like, I'm mothering right now. And
Oh my God, Rach, you are so maternal.
So with
There goes Caden.
we lost it. With this, there's only one thing. No, there's two things Max can do. Max is going to create a doppelganger, and that doppelganger is going to run away. Um, Doppelgangers are not necessarily unheard of in the world of Scion. And so you do know that like, one of these two is Max, but you don't know if it's the one who's running or the one who's still stuck in the ground.
okay. Quick solution. Could I pick the one up off the ground and throw him at the other one?
Yeah.
Okay. And just
Uh,
like throw and try and knock the other one over and be like, two's even better.
athletics.
Two birds, one Max.
Athletics might, yeah. Y'all are being so mean
Athletics.
to Max. Athletics might.
We're
He
I
deserves
will
being
not be
it.
mean.
guilt tripped.
Yeah.
Just because he made a mistake and shot you.
I will not
Well,
apologize for.
yeah. So I think that'd be seven in total with enhancement because four
Yeah,
on the dice, three in enhancement.
easily done. You just like knock him, this doppelganger disappears, and Max like tries to get up, very clearly like on the door of being taken out.
Can I hit him with my Rainmaker staff?
You
Hit in on
can,
this. It's
yeah.
fun.
Now that he's down, I'm
Here,
gonna get
hand
back
me
up.
your phone.
I'd already stopped streaming at this point, but do we want to get
Aw.
back on? Let's see. What are the rules for it for this hit?
So I could think close combat and then either might or dexterity.
Okay, that makes sense. That is 5 successes.
Next, let's see what you got.
That's five.
Oh, nope, still got him.
Yes.
And so as he's getting up, you come up from nowhere and just clunk him with the Rainmaker staff, knock him down once again, and he's trying his best to get up, but he just can't.
If it helps, there's more I can do since I did hit him with the staff.
Ooh, what more can you do? I'm interested.
So as a simple action, call down torrential rains that flood the area, create a field complication 3C that affects attempts to move or take physical actions. Anyone who fails to buy it off suffers. Let's see, you can choose. I think that I would choose they either lose their next move action or they suffer an injury condition.
Oh, that works good.
Yeah. So like I smack him down with the staff, just pouring rain right on top of him. He suffers an injury condition. Like he's down. He is staying down. Dr. Rachel puts
That
so much work into hating Max, and we all have to support her in this.
And that'll do it. As he like gets up, the torrential rain like knocks him down. He can't breathe, and he's essentially being waterboarded. And he just gives up. And you know Titans aren't don't die, but at the very least, you stopped his whatever plan he had of taking over the town. Although he does slowly crawl out, and with his last breath, he says, "If you thought that last decade was a drought, you ain't seen nothing yet." And he spends his legend to increase the power of the sun twofold over
Mm,
Atusa.
Ma Maximilius. Maximus.
He is
Maximus.
unconscious.
Little shit stirrer.
So he's unconscious, but first he basically made it so the sun is gonna like destroy us all right now.
I feel like considering how petty Max actually was, he would actually save his like last breath for that.
You know what the
So wait,
next best thing to killing an immortal is? Maiming them.
you are one of the smartest people I've ever met. If Max was to come back, would he have to come back in this body?
uh, so as so it depends, right? Um, as of right now, he is not dead. He's just unconscious. You could kill him, in which case he would go to one of the many underworlds, specifically the underworld of the Pantheon that he's a part of, and could come back with a new body, could come back as an incarnation. Um, or they might just be like, you don't need to be up there. You have caused enough havoc as it is. You stay down here with us, and we're gonna play.
Oh, perfect. So, Doc, have you ever seen Kill Bill when like she's trying to crawl out of the grave and she does like the thing where she puts her fingers to the wood and then pop?
Yep.
She's gonna do that right on his like heart, and she's gonna go, "You're done," pop, and then
As his like final legend is spent, you just end the apparently centuries long existence that is Max.
Ends.
now we're all gonna have skin cancer.
I can feel the melanoma already.
Oh, what do we do about the sun now? Has it
Yeah.
already started killing people?
So Mick two times was a bit of a misnomer. Essentially, it is he Max has guaranteed that there will be a drought for another some amount of years unless there is outside intervention in Atusa.
Bring back the cult.
Right? Outside intervention like my absolute tide ability.
Ooh.
What is that?
So that was the thing that I used my legendary title. I don't actually know what it does.
Right. So
It's
legendary
called
titles can
Absolute
do
Tide.
multiple things. A legendary title can be used to give you enhancement or scale on something because this is like who you're known for, and so you should be better at it. You can combine it with one of your purviews. So I know you have water. I think you have
I
other things, but I
do.
don't remember what they are. And you can do what is called a marvel, which is some sort of like divine thing combining the absolute tides and the marvel. For instance, you could uh, do like absolute tides in water and alter the tides of the world's oceans to kind of bring water underground to Atusa. So even if the sky is hot, there's just water coming from the ocean. That
Wow.
is an option that you can do by spending a legend and casting a marvel.
Yeah, I
How do
feel
we
like
get these? Oh, sorry. Go on.
I was gonna say I feel like I want to do that, but do we need to like go back to live streaming so people see how amazing we are
You
and
can
help
see
Park
that.
Blanche?
Yeah, Dr. Moon will like hide the corpse.
Yeah, I guess that I mean, would that actually would that help? How do we know? Is it gonna be a decade long of the sunlight being terrible? Because that's what he said is like the last decade of the drought was bad. Wait for the next one or something.
You don't know exactly if it's going to be a decade. Essentially, that he did a Marvel, and he used his Marvel attention to the sun to just like enhance it in order to like cause the drought. Um, Depending on how strong he is, it could be longer or shorter than he said.
Hmm.
He seems to
Practico has
exaggerate.
like combined several clips from what Solia was live streaming into one TikTok with like Sarah McLachlan in the arms of an angel playing. And it just says like hurt people, hurt people.
And then I'll do like a TikTok dance.
Standing over his body.
No, no, no. That's for her private collection, her drafts.
So, will we be casting a Marvel today?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. We got to do something about this. We don't need this cult gathering more people because they convince people through running and the drought. It's still not clear to me what the connection between running trails and the drought were, but whatever it was, we don't want that to come back.
Fair. Okay, so you stand there and channel this title of like absolute tides, altering the tides of the world, bringing it through natural caves and bringing like lush grasses to the Atusan to Atusa. As this happens, Blanche pulls up and is just ecstatic, gives you all the biggest hugs, and says,
Thank you. Oh,
"It's time. It's time to start working on Monday." Because Blanche is not for sentimentality. We got a job to do. And while you literally saved the world, she's on to the next day. How would you like to end your very eventful Sunday as a Scion?
Oh my gosh, this all was just one day. That's
Oh, one day.
This was a Tuesday.
before we leave, I want to heal the person I punched through with reconstruct.
Okay.
We'll
They
never
have no
work.
memory of what happened. They're like, "Oh, you're a great doctor. I didn't even know it was her. Thank you."
Things happen. People trip and fall, and
Yeah, I appreciate it.
They run into
and she'll
doorknobs.
yeah, and she'll like pull out a cigarette, like two, and she'll pass one to them, and she's like,
Yeah.
my official prescription, and she'll like light us both up.
You're
Doctor's
a
orders. Can't
terrible
say no.
doctor.
Doctor's orders.
What are you, Dr. Kevorkian? Like a lot slower?
All right.
Jeez.
And you sit there having a smoke with your new friend, and Viola kind of like sidles up right next to
No.
you as she is now a mentee of yours and will be kind of hanging out learning
Okay.
from you
This seems like a forced relationship.
a little bit. Fate
Does it
has
feel like fate?
a
Yeah, I mean, it feels like fate. Fate has forced this person upon me.
Yes.
Sachiko,
Mhm.
how are you gonna wind down after this eventful day?
I already did like my big self-care moment with
Yeah.
the blaze. So now that that's done, I'm gonna get my third iced coffee of the day. Um, I'm gonna tell Blanche not to touch me when she goes in for a hug. And
Oh,
then I'm gonna call my mommy and um tell her about my day, even if I go to voicemail.
no,
So
she'll answer. She loves the drama. And you you know that she tries to listen to you a lot. Keyword being tries. She missed
Mm-hmm.
everything until you started talking about Max. And she was
Mm-hmm.
like, he sounds awful. Tell me more.
He's like literally the worst scion in existence, except he's like not in existence anymore because Rachel, like, I mean, girl was on fire. Like I was on fire, but Rachel was like in fuego in a different way.
I like her. Find out who his god is, because if I can go to his underworld, I want to talk with him, because I feel like he could
Okay.
nourish my soul for a long time.
I agree, and I'm gonna get those deets and get back to you.
Great.
All
So, yeah,
right, mommy.
you are tired from, changing the ocean currents. How do you end today?
Uh, Probably send my dad a text letting him know what happened and asking him to please remember to not give people rituals that could end the world in the future would be greatly appreciated. I don't bother calling because I'm sure he's napping again, but that way when he wakes up, he'll see what I've
Yeah,
said. Um, I'll try to keep up with what's been going on Instagram after the live stream to like let people know what's going on. Making
hmm
sure that we can really capitalize on like the results of ending Max. Now that I know Sachiko's patron parent wants to know who Maxwell's parent was. Wait, was his name actually Maxwell or were we just calling him that? It's Max Lightwell, right?
yeah, Max good. We just decided Maxwell is his name.
I think we
I
should
guess
just name him Ass.
there we go. I'll try
Maxwell
to
Lightwell.
Maxwell Lightwell, yeah.
A lot.
That's why he's so useless.
uh Maybe try to help figure out who his god was so we can because maybe all of our parents will want to go visit him in the underworld after
Oh,
everything
I
that he
know.
put us all through.
Yeah, around
Um
his
Also when we make it back to town, Celia will try to track down Ben and apologize for all the stress they put him through today.
Shockingly, Ben is terrified when he sees you, but after some cajoling, he calms down. Through the Instagram, you see that like people are very much done with Max. They didn't know who this was who he was. They just saw other people liking him, and so they just kind of like lobbed on. People are now wearing like Titan Scion t-shirts. And as you're on Instagram, you do get a text from your dad saying, "I will be careful to tell not to tell people that ritual in the future." Question: is this a retroactive response? If so, there may be others, and by maybe I mean only 9.
How many running clubs are there?
It seems that this was just one branch of this much larger thing. And you realize that this is the first of many attempts you're going to have to deal with, but that's just the life of a Titan Scion. Thank you all for what you all look so downtrodden.
They have to be all running groups too, like cross country.
Yep. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for playing. This was amazing.
This is so fun. Thanks for DMing this.
Yeah, this is fantastic. Thank you,
Let us
Jazz.
It's
thank you
awesome.
all for joining. Let us get one more round of like goodbyes, who you are, um, and where your character is right now after all of this. And let's start with Caden.
Thanks everyone for watching. This has been an awesome game and session. I highly recommend it. I think Dr. Rachel would be training Viola on basic punching and kicking is like the montage that's gonna like an outro for her.
Beautiful. Dr. Rachel now has another force student, but as a doctor, I get the feeling she's had multiple students who she's had to take on in the hospital, in med school. This is just one more, except it's about punching things. Coyote, how are you doing?
I'm great. So I think that Sachiko is looking into who Maxwell Lightwell's parents were, or at least his divine one. Trying to figure out what's going on there, Maxie.
To send a couple of
Maxabad.
send some deities his way.
Yeah, get that information for my mommy.
Beautiful. Jess, how goes it in the Solia front?
Celia is gonna have to spend so much time trying to track down all the people her father gave this ritual to, and is now also just like constantly finding different ways to ask their father like what other rituals they may have given information out about. Like now is just having to constantly probe their father for information so that we can research other potential cults who want to end the world with water, and is already just like so exhausted and is just so frustrated and upset.
And as a hydrothermal engineer, you're just exhausted on all fronts. Because after you save the world, you have to go back and study for your next test because your professors don't care that you just stopped a global flood from happening.
Exactly.
And then I am Chaz, someone who just loves to be part of this chaos. And this was just amazing chaos with some incredibly fun people. Thank you all for playing. It was great. Well, I hate to end. I think we are about to be out of time. So once again, thank you all for joining, and I hope to see you all again very soon. Bye.